Bit of entertainment news on a Friday. This is from Variety. Zendaya is taking her talents to the swamp. The in-demand actor has joined Shrek 5 as Felicia, the daughter of Shrek, played by Mike Myers, and Fiona, Cameron Diaz. So there was a teaser for Shrek 5 that was just put out. And I didn't see the teaser, but apparently it's there was the teaser involves a very current TikTok joke. So I guess Shrek is using some version of TikTok. Who could have seen that coming? That we get the TikTok joke from Shrek 5. And listen, Shrek 5 is not the most important news in the world. Probably not even top 10, frankly. Probably not. But I do want to say, first of all, that if you go and see Shrek 5, you lose the right to, well, you should lose the right to vote. I mean, that should be the first thing. We should have people stationed at the theaters when Shrek 5 comes out and just documenting every single person who walks in to see Shrek 5. Every single person over the age of 18 who does not have a child. If you're bringing your kid, I'll allow it, even though that's the movies, the whole franchise is like garbage. I wouldn't bring my kid to see it, but I'll allow it. Any adult without a kid who goes into Shrek 5, I want it documented, and you immediately lose at least your right to vote, probably other constitutional rights as well. That's what I would like to see. It's probably not going to happen. That's what I would like to see happen. And if that doesn't happen, at a minimum, you lose the right to ever again in your life complain about a lack of originality in Hollywood. And yet people will do this. They'll go and buy a ticket to Shrek 5, and it'll make, $1 billion. And then those same people, the same people, will say that Hollywood has run out of ideas. And all they do is put out the same reheated slop over and over again. And this will be adults who go see this movie. The Shrek franchise is not for kids, really. Like, my kids don't care about Shrek. Does anyone, if you're around my age and you have kids, do your kids actually care about Shrek? They couldn't care less about Shrek. The original Shrek came out like 25 years ago. It's for millennials. This is a bunch of now middle-aged millennials who go and see this just soulless dreck. Think about this for a moment. They've been making Shrek films for 25 years. Okay, I had to look it up. The first one came out in 2001. About 25 years. A quarter century of Shrek films. A quarter century of making Shrek movies. The first one was sort of mildly amusing for about 30 minutes if you were alive and a child in the year 2001. That's the most we could say about the original Shrek. It was also obnoxious, and the animation is quite hideous, and it's lazily written, and it's just not a good movie by any stretch of the imagination. But in the year 2001 specifically, if you were a child, it was kind of amusing. And yet from this original film, which at the very best, was sort of amusing, they've been able to launch a 5-film franchise that spans the entire century so far. And people will keep watching the movies. They'll keep paying for tickets. They'll just keep rewarding this sludge, this just empty, tedious tripe, and then complain about it. What? Why do we keep getting terrible, unimaginative films from Hollywood? They complain as they give their money to the people who are making exactly that kind of material. I don't get it. And then there's Zendaya, which I have to say, I just don't get the Zendaya thing. Is it Zendaya or Zendaya? I don't know. And I'm not trying to be a hater. I am being a hater, but I don't try to be. It just kind of works out that way. And I honestly don't understand why this woman is in every movie now. She appears in like 19 movies a year, and yet she has to be the least interesting actress in Hollywood. Has she ever had an interesting role in anything? Like, what's a movie where you would say, oh man, that Zendaya performance was tremendous? Have you ever said to yourself, oh, Zendaya's in that one? I got to see it. Has anyone said that? Again, I'm probably not the target demo for a Zendaya performance, but does anyone feel that way? She's either kind of a non-entity or she actively makes the movies worse. The Dune films, I like Dune. I think the director, Villanueva, however you pronounce his name, is probably the best director working in Hollywood today. I think he has not made a bad movie. All of his movies have been good. And there's not very many directors you can say that about. The one major problem with the Dune films is Zendaya, who just almost ruins it single-handedly. She's just kind of this sulking, humorless lump on a log the whole movie. And she's very good at that. She's very good at sulking in movies. So if there's a role in a movie where you need someone to sulk, if you need some good sulking in a movie, then bring in Zendaya for that. She's the one. I don't get it. So the sentence Zendaya will star in Shrek 5 is to me one of the least appealing combinations of words ever assembled in the human language, in the English language, or any human language. Yet people will watch it. They'll watch it. And we'll get 10 more Shreks. It'll be the year 2100, and we'll be on Shrek, 65 at that point. If you'd like to see what else I have to say, you can access my full show by going to dailywire.com or by going to the Matt Walsh Show Twitter page. Hope to see you there. Godspeed.